Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. And today, I'm going to teach you guys Roblox VFX. Maybe in the future, you can make something like this. So, first let's start off with the basics. This is just a basic video on how, VFX is structured and everything. So, first what you want to do, you want to insert a part, as you see here. Don't mind, the space plate. After you're done learning, you can make one of these. So it make the VFX, more appealing. What you want to do, you want to insert an attachment. And then, inside of that attachment, you want to put in a particle emitter. As you can see, this particle emitter just goes straight up. And basically, it's just the basic particle. I'm just going to teach you all the settings in here. I'm not going to do any plugins this video. I'll teach that later. So, color, of course, you can change color to whatever you like. See, look, you can just change it to whatever you like. And then light emission. Light emission basically just does how much lighting that you want into, that wants it to come out of the particle. So basically, if you put out 1, it goes really bright, but if you go down, it gets really dark. Light influence is basically the surrounding environments to, light reflecting against the particle. So if you go down, as you can see, since my base plate is dark, it's gonna make it dark. It's gonna make it lighter when I put my light influence down. And then brightness, when you put brightness only shows up when you put the light influence down from 1. So brightness basically is how bright you want it to be. You can be 10, you can do 15, you can do 15. If you want to just be straight black, just do 0, but I don't recommend that. So yeah, that's basically just the light emission and stuff, brightness and stuff. For color, you can actually change the color from sequence. You can actually change it, say I want a blue, and then I want to change it to a red. Just click on the first one, and then click on the last one, and then go to the color, and then you could change it to a red. And as you can see, my color sequence is done. And look at this. It's just a nice blue, and then going straight to a deep red. So, this can actually really help for, particle effects. So yeah. And then now for orientation. Orientation is basically how the particle looks to the player. So right now, it's just facing the camera where the camera direction is. But say I want it to put parallel up, it basically just goes as you can see, it's just thin. It's thin, but also follows your camera. And then perpendicular is probably for auras. So it just goes straight up, the particle too. But I recommend putting camera facing up, unless you're doing an aura, if you're doing this or something, then you should put it perpendicular. Okay, I didn't know what happened there. Okay. Size is basically just how big of the particle. Say you want 10, that's a huge particle. But say you want a really small one, you can put 0.4. It's a really, really small particle. But say you want it to be changed. Say you want it to change throughout the sequence. What you want to do, you want to go to size, and then this 3 bar, and then you can do whatever. You can make it really big, like that. Or, if you want, this actually looks really cool. I actually really like this. If you go like this, it's kind of just I don't know, it just looks really cool. That's probably one of my personal favorites. But, yeah, it's basically just going around with what VFX you want to make. So, yeah. Okay, we gotta change this back to 1. Okay, so now if we go to squash, squash is something that you won't really use as much. It's basically how stretchy, or how stretched you want your particle to look. So say you want it to look really stretched, it can look like this. And then kind of looks like a northern light. As you can see, it looks pretty cool, right? As you can see, that this it's stretched out. So that's basically what sums up it, and then just the sequence can be whatever, you know. Like, look at that. Doesn't that look sick? That looks pretty cool to me. Oh wait, no, 0. Okay. Now for the texture. Texture is probably one of the hardest part of VFX is finding the correct texture. Sometimes I use Bingus's particle pack. It's pretty good. It has really good like particles and stuff and textures. So you can literally just like pick a texture, say I want this one. I want this texture. Copy that. Go into here, go to my particle, and then go to your texture right here, URL, paste it in, and bam, look at that. Now your texture's in it. Now you can just customize it whatever you want. Obviously sums up textures. And then now you can go down transparency, basically how if you want it to look really, if you want it to look solid, you can make it 1. If you want to make it really like not looking so that like you want it to look transparent, just put it low. You can also do a sequence with this too again. So you want to start off really, really transparent and end off really like solid. This is what to do. What you can do. Okay. Okay. Z offset you won't really use that much, so I'm not gonna really go over it. But if you really want to know what it is, just go find like another tutorial. You'll probably find it. Emission direction. So right now it's going from the top. So basically, there's like different directions in the 3D world. So it goes up. That's the top. From side to side, and then it could go from bottom. So let me show you. Where is it? Go over here. So bottom, it goes from the bottom. Look at that. It goes down like that. And then if you want it to look something different, you can tweak around with this. You can go front, which means it goes this way. You can put a right, left, whatever you want, really. I don't know if I'm on top for right now, but like you can do whatever you want. This is where it really gets important. Like this is where you really want it to be important. Lifetime is basically how long you want the particle to stay. So basically like 5 and 10, that's like the normal amount of particles that's coming out of the lifetime. So if you want it to be like a low lifetime, put it at 2. And then look at that. It ends right there. See? VFX is pretty easy. I mean, if you really get to learn it, it's pretty easy. Now you want to go to rate. Rate is pretty important. So basically, if you want it to be at 1 particle at a time, put 1, and 1 particle at a time. If you want it to be 4 particles at a time. It can really be varied on your VFX that you want to make. But I recommend tweaking with it, you know? You never know what's gonna happen. Rotation. Rotation's pretty important. Say you want this to rotate 360. Say you want to rotate to 360. Oh wait, it's not rotating. Why is it not rotating? That's because your rotation speed is 0. What you want to do, you can change it to whatever you want. Say I want 19. It spins really slowly. But if you want it to be as fast as 360, just put it at 360. And look at that. Isn't that neat? So that's basically the sum up of rotation and rotation speed. If you want it to rotate, so you want the 180. And then what you want to do, put it at 19. And then look at that. It rotates 190. No, 180. Sorry. So yeah. Speed is basically how fast you want the particle to go. So if you want to go about 10, that means you have to have if you want to have like no space between the particle, you have to have a higher rate to do it. So So if you want it to be fast, you're gonna have to tweak with the rate and speed a little bit. But most of all, it's pretty straightforward. Now if we go spread angle basically how much you want it to go outwards. So right now it's just going straight up, like no curves or nothing. But if you want it to go out or anything, basically what you can do, you can put it at like 10, 10. Look at that, it like goes out during the sequence. So yeah, you can tweak that also. Pretty cool. Flipbook is basically if you have a flipbook texture, um, like what you can do if it's like 4, so say like going across the line, like say it was like this, so one square right here, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. Actually wait, I'm not explaining that well. If you really want the flipbook like learning thing, I'll put another video in. And then lock the part basically just makes the particle move with the part. That's basically it. That's the basics of VFX and VFX creating. So if you guys want another video explaining more of the basics, because that was pretty short. If you guys want more of the like basic tutorials, just put in the comments and I'll tell you guys. Alright, peace.